Having open loops in our lives robs us of our energy, and it doesn't allow us to be as productive as we can be and we should be. Today on Coffee with Dr. Scott, I'm going to show you how to close those open loops. Good morning and happy sunny, as you can see, Tuesday. Got that morning sun coming right through the window. Very, very enjoyable. And as I said in the intro, today we're going to be talking about closing open loops. We've been continuing this series of productivity tips. 2 weeks ago, we talked about just a regular spring cleaning, which was mostly about physical cleaning. Last week, we talked about clearing off your mental desk. And I've been mentioning that the Bruce Lee quote, that it's not about the daily increase, it's about the daily decrease. We got to hack away at the unessential. So today, we're going to talk about hacking away some more of that unessential by closing some open loops, giving ourselves more energy to do the things that we need to do. So, first of all, question of the day, which is, if you could be quarantined anywhere, where would it be? Where would you choose to be quarantined? And I did not answer that question down below, and I'm not really... I think my normal answer as far as like where I'd want to visit would be beach oriented. I would want to hit the beach, but for quarantine, I think I lean more towards a mountain lake, something of that nature. So out in the mountains, completely away from everybody else, separated, but also with water nearby. So some sort of a mountain lake. Not sure where that would be. I don't have a specific space. But where would you want to be quarantined if you could be quarantined anywhere? Let me know in the comments down below, please. All right. Just cleaning up all my stuff over here. Got that good. Fantastic. So let's talk about these open loops. There we go. Anything that that is incomplete in our lives robs us of our energy. So this could be a lot of different things. This could certainly be maybe you had an argument with a family member years back, and it's still out there and unresolved, and that just robs you of energy. It's something that you think about. It steals energy from you, and it doesn't allow you again to do the things that you want to do during the course of a day. It could be a project that you started. We got a lot of projects going on around here that I'm not involved in, so but they still rob you of energy, right? We talked about it even in spring cleaning, that if there's piles on your desk, and again, I see it in the chiropractic world all the time when I'm traveling around the country, those are the people that are, cluttered desk is a sign of a cluttered mind. And when you have that cluttered desk, every time you sit down at it, you look at all those piles and you think about what needs to be done. And you might not be able to do any of those things, but you consider it. And it robs you of energy, it robs you of productivity. When you get up from that desk and you leave and you look back and you're like, I need to do that. And again, they don't get done. So it just kind of drains you of your energy. So we want to get rid of those things. We want to close up as many open loops as we can. And again, this is an exercise I do with my clients on a regular basis. But now, during this coronavirus quarantine, shutdown, whatever it is a great time to focus on this thing and to clear up some of this stuff so that you can move forward and do it. And I've seen a lot of posts out there as far as, if you don't get all that done during this thing, it's okay. It's okay. And I agree. It's completely up to you. If you're happy in the space you're in, then be there. If you want to come out of this thing, again, this show, particularly for chiropractors, if you want to come out of this thing better off, even if your volume's down. I talked to a client yesterday, I should say an old client who's making some changes, and we just had a little conversation, and we were doing things now to help us rebound when this is over. And the volume's down, it's cut in half in his particular practice, and there's not a whole bunch you can do about that. We can't control that, but we can control what we're doing right now to, again, be able to rebound when the time comes, to be able to come out of this and be better off later, and that's what these exercises are for. So this open loops exercise is very similar to the clearing off your mental desk exercise that we worked on last week. We're going to take that same yellow sheet of paper, get your yellow pad out, and just start writing again. So this is all the open loops that you have in your life. So again, if there is an old grudge that you're holding, write that down. If it's projects around the house, write those down. If it's something at work, business, obviously write those things down. Make a list of all the things that are open, are bothering you. If there's a bunch of piles on your desk, with chiropractors, it's very often I have this stack of notes. Well, you can certainly get your notes caught up right now, and that hurts practice growth more than you can imagine. If there's a pile of notes on your desk that you're not getting done, and staff will tell me that it's absolutely true. When that doctor gets those things done, the practice grows. And as those notes start to pile up again, the practice gets shut down. And my belief is that doctor looks at that and subconsciously doesn't want more patients because they have this stack of files on their desk. So, got a couple clients right now that are going through software conversions, and it's just something that's always on their mind. They're like, well, once I get that done, I can take off. So all those things that you say that about, once I do this is going to happen. Those are your open loops. Write all those down on a piece of paper. So go ahead and pause this video. I'll wait. Okay, I can't wait. It's live. But if you're watching this on the replay, go ahead and pause it. Just go. Spend 15 minutes. Should be a sheet of paper. If there's more than one sheet of paper, then you got way too many open loops. So you need to stop that. So write down all the things that are just open, that are like, again, when I get this done, I'll have it. Some of them are going to be big, some are going to be small. And that's the next part of the project. The exercise is just like last week with the clearing your mental desk, we prioritize them. I want you to do the same thing with your open loops. So again, if you do have something that's out there that just is a constant bother for you, it's just always, again, whether it's like a grudge or something you're holding with a person or a family member or whatever, maybe that's your priority. Take all these things. Let's say you have 10 open loops. Just prioritize them. Write down number 1 through 10. This is definitely the thing that I think about the most. It's on my mind. It's an open loop that I have to deal with. Put number 1 next to that. Work your way down the list and organize all of your open loops. Once you get them all in priority order, is really where we can start dealing with them. And the way I want you to start dealing with them is to go with the Pareto principle. If you've watched me long enough, you definitely heard me talk about the Pareto principle. Hopefully you're familiar with it. It's the 80-20 rule. Is that 80% of your results come from 20% of your efforts. And the same thing goes with the opposite. 80% of your robbing of energy comes from 20% of those open loops. So what I want you to do is apply the Pareto principle at this point. So again, if you do have 10 issues, open loops, one thing you can probably do is take the bottom 2 and just cross them off your list. They probably don't even matter. If they're that far down the list, the bottom 2 or 3, they're unfinished projects, just stop. Don't even think about them anymore, and don't even plan to ever finish them, because you'll probably never get to them. But definitely get the first 2. Again, in a series of 10, get that top 20%, and guess what you need to do next? That's right, you got to close them. You got to close those open loops. So if you have 10, again, it robs you of energy, and you can't focus on any of them. But if you prioritize them and take this 15-minute exercise, and you prioritize and you figure out what your top 2 most consuming open loops are, and you just attack them and close them, you can get those done in no time. So again, I do have a client right now whose specific thing is to get Chiro Touch. Chiro Lunch is me. Chiro Touch implemented. It was something they started the first of the year. It's been kind of bothering them, but now during this slower time, we've focused on, just knocking that out. He's got one other project he's supposed to be dealing with for our coaching, and then getting Chiro Touch implemented so that when things come back around, he can fix that. That's an open loop for him. It's something that's always bothered him. So that's his main thing. And if he focuses on nothing but that, he can get it done. But obviously, if you have that and then 9 other things that you're trying to deal with a little bit of time, none of it's ever done. Everything's always open. We want to check stuff off. We want to close some open loops. So to do that, do exactly what I said. Write them all down, prioritize them, put them in order, work on those top 2. Cross off the bottom 2, 3, maybe 4, because they're never going to get done, and it's okay. But if you get those most important things done, it'll give you some of your energy back. It'll make you much more productive, and you'll really be able to start getting some things done here. And again, what you get done, time you have, completely up to you. But if you can get more done and be able to rebound from this shutdown quicker in a month, 2 months, whenever this thing ends, you're going to be much better off. So take that one to heart. Let me know what you think about that down in the comments down below. I see we've got a bunch of good people here watching today. Go ahead and answer the question of the day for me, which is, if you could be quarantined anywhere, where would it be? Where would you choose? Again, I'm choosing a mountain lake cabin. Let me know what you think you would do, where you'd want to be quarantined. And with that, let's see what we got going on tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow we're back into perfect case acceptance. Really, probably what I've been getting the most positive feedback from is people new to me, especially following along with the perfect case acceptance. This is something I think is going to pay huge dividends as we start coming back to normal and you start getting more new patients back in the office. If you spend some time right now working on your case acceptance, working on your referrals, which we'll talk about on Thursday, you're going to be way better off. So tomorrow I'm going to be talking about patience with your patients. Just what it sounds is allowing your patients to take their time to make some decisions as opposed to pushing. Every time you push, as I said last week, you're actually screwing up the case. So we're going to show you how to be patient with your patients tomorrow. I hope you all have a fantastic Tuesday. I don't know what it's like where you are, but this is going to be the nicest day in a long time for us. The weather's going to be up over 70. I know you people in Florida like 70. That's nothing. But here in Iowa, that's a great day for us. And then the rest of the week is just going to rain. So I'm going to get outside and enjoy this day. I hope you do as well. Talk to you all tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Central Daylight Time.